Today on Learn Stage Lighting, we go where no Learn Stage Lighting video has gone before. Staging. What? Yes. Okay. So, one of the things we do here at Learn Stage Lighting, and one of the things that really sets us apart from a lot of other places that have gear that are doing equipment sales, is we are constantly on the lookout for products that are going to help you in your lighting, in your gigging as a musician, in your church production, in your DJ or EDM set. We're constantly looking for those specific products that are going to help people, and we always are on the lookout for the very best ones that are really well thought out and well priced and do a great job. A little while ago, I was looking for some clients of mine, a staging solution. Okay, because we needed the ability to have some portable stage risers that were going to be easy for people to deploy, work really well, and be able to be easily transported. Okay, I came across this here. So this is the MyStage from the MyStage company, and the MyStage is really stinking cool, and I want to walk through this and show you guys why this is so cool and how it can help you in what you're doing and be a really, really positive thing that can make your stages look better, save you money, etc. So you probably see here, I'm picking this up with a shoulder strap right here because this here is the MyStage platform. If I unstrap my strap right here, we're going to walk through what we have. And what we have here is a 4x4 riser. It's about 40 pounds, which is insane. I mean, just so light for something like a riser. Let me help it catch the glare here. Okay, so we here have a 4x4 riser that is folded in half, which means the size right here, as you can probably see, is 2 foot by 4 foot, which means I can fit multiple of these, actually a whole small stage, in the back of my hatchback and not really sweat about it. Unlike traditional wood decks, this is what's cool. It is a aluminum deck. Like almost everything's aluminum on here. A few pieces are steel for the extra strength, but it's entirely aluminum, which is how they make a 4x4 deck with legs right here, that's 40 pounds, okay? Let's put it together, and I'm gonna show you why I get excited about this, how it's different from a traditional stage piece, and how it's gonna help you in your lighting and in your AV. The simple process is I'm gonna unfold it to start, okay? So you can see here, now we have basically a 4x4 platform. And then I'm gonna start assembling it. So first things first, underneath here, I've got some little sliders that I can twist to unlock, and they slide through, okay? So this is a big old support bar that's sliding from here across the fold where the hinge is to the other side, making it very rigid. And we're gonna lay it down. I've got my other side inserted. Slides very nice because it's metal. And then I'm gonna start putting all of my legs in. Okay, so the legs are really ingenious here because first of all, there are 5 legs, okay, which is different pretty much than any other portable stage out there. Normally they have 4. Okay, the 5th leg makes it extra sturdy. The other thing that you're going to find interesting about these is they do not go straight up and down vertically. So I'm inserting my leg. I have a double pin here, a pin to push down, but there's a bigger one to push with your finger, and then the smaller, lower one pushes in. And as I push that in, boom, lines right up. Nice rubber foot, and then if I want to adjust the height, which is from about 18 to 27 inches, I just pull this pin, which is captive by a bungee, yes it is, woohoo, and I just go to the height that I desire. Okay, there's heights about every ½ inch, and I can go, all the way up. I can take it off, obviously, not gonna do that in real life, and pin it to the exact height that I want. The benefit of this system is that having pins every ½ inch means that If you're in grass and it's unlevel, if you're on concrete and it's cracked and broken, if you're, spanning, coming off of an existing stage and two of the legs are up and two of the legs are down, you're making a step, guess what? You can level it out. It's really stinking cool. Okay, next we'll do our other legs. So we're just gonna pop them in real quick. You can see it's not all that difficult to get them popped, get them in place. There we go, number 4. There are also on the bottoms of the stage decks, by default, you're gonna see instructions, okay? So that's really key. I pulled the instructions off on this first deck that I have, thinking that it was something you pull off. It's not, don't do that. And then I've got the 5th leg. So the 5th leg sits here in the middle. It really can go either way. I don't think it matters. Yes, it does. It only goes one way. There's a flat side that goes to the foot. And then 2 pins. Again, every pin in this stage is captive by a bungee. So that means you're never, ever, ever going to have the issue where you lose the pins because they're held captive by a bungee that is connected to the deck rather permanently. Now I've got them all set. I've got them at my approximate height. That took just a minute or two and I was yapping at you the whole time. And then I'm just gonna grab it by a leg and now I can flip it over. Remember, it's only 40 pounds. A lot of similar decks are around twice the weight rather. Take it, flip it down. Things are a little tight here in the studio. Then they get a DMX cable stuck in my foot. And then I'm just gonna tip it over. Boom. And that's it, we've put it together. Now, look at this. I can jump on it. It's really not flexing at all. It's very sturdy front to back, side to side, due to the fact that the legs are diagonal and there's the 5th leg in the center. And overall, it's just like, this one's kind of a no-brainer to me, where if you are looking for risers, if you're looking for small stages, say you're a church, you need a small stage sometimes, other times you need it set up as risers. Sometimes you need to put it in a lobby for a small stage, risers on your main stage, whatever. Using something like this is lighter. It's easier for a single person or a volunteer to set up with 0 training, just reading the instructions on the back. And they're really cost effective. When you compare them in the market to full regular 4x4 or 4x8 stage decks, they're not that much more expensive. They're really in about that same price range, but a lot easier to use. Let's talk about the surface here. So you see the surface here coming off the LED walls with the light on it. It is a glossy surface. This is aluminum, okay? On the back side, it is reinforced a lot. Okay, so there's tubing that reinforces it all over the place. The number one thing when I first saw this and needed to see it for myself in person was I was really concerned about the slipperiness, okay? You know what? Because of the diamond plate texture and the grooves here, I would say it's like, I don't know, 10% more slippery than a wooden deck, maybe. If the wooden deck is clean, it's honestly the same slipperiness. If you're using like a stage deck, if you're familiar with those, they have like a plastic top. And I would say this is about the same slipperiness as that plastic top. It's black, which is awesome for stage stuff, right? It's just a really nice finish on it. And once you're in shoes, like pretty much any stage deck, it really isn't slippery at all. It grips well. It doesn't feel like you're gonna fall over. It really does the job well. Okay, so what are we talking about here? How do we make this? How does it make sense for you, right? I would say if you're a gigging musician, these are just epic. To elevate yourself instead of just the gigging musician who's in the corner on the floor. Now you're on stage and you can set that height from, right here I'm at about 19 inches just below my kneecap. I can come all the way up to almost 30 inches. I can set it on the ground with no legs and it's now a 4-inch very simple riser. Put it on an existing stage, have it as a keyboard riser, a horns riser, what have you. Okay, so your height options again, 4-inch or about 17 inches to about 28 inches adjustable. Okay, multiple stages. Okay, you're gonna find zip tied to the bottom of this, included is some wing nuts and bolts. Okay, these are really well laid out. So you've got wing nuts and bolts, and then on the sides, you've got receiving holes for those at the corners. Okay, so you can bolt multiple pieces of stage together, and as it goes, of course, the larger you start to make it, the more and more sturdy it gets, actually. So it's already, there's really not a lot of wobble to it. It really doesn't move much, but as you add multiples, you just get more rigid due to the fact that all the legs are going at different angles. They're all ever so slightly asymmetrical, and they're all, diagonal, okay? Also available, just so you're aware, is MyStage has skirting, okay? So it's a nice wrinkle-free skirt. It is about 30 inches, okay? It's a decent fabric. It's, once it's up, it's not gonna be wrinkly, just kind of a typical plastic stage skirt, right? It has a nice little texture to it, okay? Maybe not wrinkle-free, but it's a nice texture. And it has Velcro on the skirt itself. And then it comes with, in the bag, receiving Velcro to attach to your stage piece, okay? They also have, if you're gonna use these hard and you wanna keep them like really, really nice, pristine condition, where there's kind of no dings in the paint or anything, over time, that kind of stuff's gonna happen. You can touch it up. I tested it. I scraped a little bit of finish off with the knife. I filled it in with a Sharpie. It went right away. But they do also have a bag that also is not expensive, which is a really nice padded bag that fits the entire riser. Okay, nice padded bag. Boom. You fit the riser in it. It's got straps on it. You pick it up. You carry it. You go. And so the cool thing about this is you can make, in just a small area in the back of a hatchback like I have, I can easily put 8 of these, okay? Because I can go 2 wide and I can go 4 high or more, okay? I can put 8 of these in the back of my small hatchback in a small SUV, whatever, okay? 8 4x4 decks is now, what would that be? It would be a 16 by 8 foot portable stage that fits in a car. So where else can you get that? Where else do you get a stage like that? Really not anywhere. Okay, so we're really excited about these, really excited to be offering them through Learn Stage Lighting Gear. And, I just, like everything we sell, we're the worst salesmen in the world because, we look hard at the market, we find something that's a really good alternative to the other stuff out there, and we say, you know what, we're going to carry that because we know our people are looking for a stage piece that can hold 500 pounds, no problem. I think the breaking point's around 3,000 pounds. Hold 500 pounds all day long, link together multiple units. Now you have the ability to, instead of dealing with being on the floor, not being seen in small gigs, instead of buying risers for your stage that are heavy 4x8s that you need multiple people to set up, instead of having camera risers that you've got to rent from the venue if you're doing corporate events and you're paying hundreds of dollars every time you rent these things, and even more than that sometimes, just to have somebody bring out these heavy decks, set them up, they end up wobbly anyways, and you're not all that happy, right? Instead of all that, you can have this. It's compact, it's lightweight, it's not slippery, it fits in small spaces, and so it's really a winner in my book. So if you're interested in more about the MyStage, how it goes together, assembly, all of that good stuff, then check out our video on Learn Stage Lighting Gear. It should be out just before this one. We cover all the details there. Check it out on LearnStageLightingGear.com. There are packages, there's multiples and larger stages you can build, stairs, rails, all the stuff. If you have any questions, of course, you can always fill out our contact form at Learn Stage Lighting Gear, and we would love to help you. But until then, boy, I'm really excited about this because it's just one of those things where it's just a really, really, really well thought out piece of stage that changes staging changes setting up a few risers or a small stage from one of those things that's just a pain in the butt that nobody wants to do to something where you go, oh, I could save this money from renting from a party rental company who's going to bring me a stage that's really not that good. It's unlevel. It's ugly. You know, I could save the money from renting a stage from a hotel, you know, for a camera riser, which is expensive and annoying. Or I could just bring my own, set it up with one person, just a couple minutes, save time, save money, elevate your performance, get multiple uses out of it. It's really a win-win. You know, even DJs, instead of being on the floor, having two of these so that you have an elevated booth, keep annoying people from talking to you, make it so that you can see out over the dance floor. Boom. Right here. Fits in the back of your car, SUV, whatever. It's a winner in our book. So if you're interested in the MyStage, check it out from Learn Stage Lighting Gear. We love to answer any questions, help you get these in your hands because we think they're just a really cool thing that is going to elevate your performance. And if you've been thinking about staging, you know how different this is from everything else out there. And that's why we got it. So we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.